Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, Show's World.
Welcome to Show's World, gamers. Josh here, and I'm pumped. It's Zelda week. But as this week draws to a close, I wanted to take a moment to look at this week's new game releases, gaming announcements, and a few news stories. If this is your first time on the channel, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button to join in on the fun. Alright gamers, as always, we will start off with this week's new game releases, and that is right. The time has finally come. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom finally released this week exclusively on the Nintendo Switch, and my most anticipated game of this year it's absolutely fantastic. I'm loving it. It's living up to the hype. My favorite action-adventure series has perfected the open world style, and I couldn't recommend this game more. Even if you don't own a Switch, this is a reason to go get one. Now, Fuga Melodies of Steel 2 released this week for the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5, the PC, the Xbox One, and Xbox Series systems, including it was released day one on Game Pass. Now, this game is a simulation RPG. I played some of the original game and enjoyed it. It was pretty fun, so if you're looking for kind of a quirky, different RPG, give this one a shot. Darkest Dungeon 2 is a tactical RPG roguelike game that released this week on the Xbox One, the Xbox Series systems, the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5, as well as on PC. Now this gothic dark graphic style, it looks really nice with kind of a hand-drawn style look. It's an interesting looking game. I might give this game a shot when I get a chance. Next up, E.T. Isle of Man Ride on the Edge 3 released this week. Now this street superbike motorcycle racing game is fast and it's visually stunning. It has 38 official riders, 32 different circuits, and over 200 kilometers of road. This is a must for fans of street motorcycle racing, and it is available on the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5, the Xbox One, the Xbox Series systems, as well as on PC. Next up, let's take a look at some gaming announcements. Now, in a pretty big surprise announcement this week, Game Freak, the company behind the Pokemon video games, unveiled that they are working on a new samurai game titled Project Bloom. The concept art photo here was the only thing shown so far, but they referred to the project as a bold and totally different project from their prior work. And they're not wrong, this looks nothing like Pokemon. Now, Mouse is a super stylized first-person shooter. So far the game looks kind of minimalistic with a very cool 1940s style animation reminiscent of kind of early Disney shorts. The game is being aimed towards a more mature audience and looks like it would also work well as a VR game. News was a bit sparse, but I will keep my eye on this game. Now, we also got a reveal trailer for the upcoming game from the publisher of the Untitled Goose Game, and I really enjoyed that game. The new game is named Despelote, and it is a first-person style game with a pretty weird graphic style, as you can see in the trailer. The game is scheduled to release in 2024. Also, F1 23 received a reveal trailer this week showing some absolutely stunning graphics, blurring the lines of reality and virtual racing. This game is a Formula One licensed product and is scheduled to release on June 16th on the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5, the PC via Steam, the Xbox One, as well as on Xbox Series systems. Alright gamers, let's finish up with a few news stories from this week in gaming. Now, multiple insiders are discussing that another exclusivity deal is in the works over at Sony, this time with Activision. It is being reported that the upcoming Sony Direct will unveil a remake of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, which will have some kind of exclusivity deal with Sony to keep the game off of Xbox systems. Now, in some disappointing news out of Sony, word has come that they have decided to shut down Pixel Opus. The studio was best known for Concrete Genie. There had been some news the studio was working on a new game, but no info on that title has been announced. We also got an update on Hollow Knight Silksong. The game had been planned for a first half 2023 release. Unfortunately, in a tweet this week, we found out that the game has been delayed. No date has been given, but they did say to expect more details when the game gets closer to release. Now, Nintendo announced that there will not be a new gen console coming for at least another year. I expected the Switch successor sometime in 2024, but with this new news, it could fall into early 2025. I do believe that they will use this time to aggressively sell through the current Switch, so I wouldn't be surprised to see some aggressive prices on the current Switch console this holiday season in an attempt to sell through stock. Alright gamers, that concludes this week in review for the week ending on May 12th. The week started with everybody's favorite ex-Nintendo of America president, the Reginator himself, Reggie Fils-Aimé, hilariously trolling somebody for pirating Tears of the Kingdom on Switch. Then, rumors of the long-awaited return of a Metal Gear Solid game began swirling. And the week ended with us jumping back into the storied land of Hyrule as we guide Link towards another clash with Ganondorf. But let me know anything we may have missed in the comments, and thanks for joining us today, gamers. Shoach World out.
Please, lend him your power.